Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609, and I'm out for a little drive here. And I'm out here on the Bureau of Land Management free camping area near Capitan, New Mexico, and Fort Stanton. The road I'm on is called West Road, and I've driven a little ways on it and turning around heading back to the pavement. But what I wanted to show you was this road is really well maintained. I'm in a car, my used Hyundai Santa Fe 2012, and it's a very smooth road. You could bring your car on this, your motorhome, your Class C, Class A, whatever, and there's a few campsites on this road. We'll pass a couple on the way back to the pavement, but it's really pretty out here. Elevation here is probably, it's close to 7,000 feet here, maybe slightly over in some places, and it's very remote, very rarely crowded, if ever, and there's a few pullouts for campsites. On this road, I believe there's probably 6. If you go on further around, there may be a few more, but as you go further on in, the road gets a little rougher. It used to. I didn't go far in because I'm in a car and I was just checking it out. But right now it's like 72 degrees. It's this is April the 3rd. In the afternoon, time is 2:15, so it's about as warm as it's going to get. But in the mornings, you can bet it'll be cold. But if you're looking for a private little campsite of your own, this is free camping here. BLM, Bureau of Land Management, is free to anyone. So you just find you a spot, and what they like for you to do is find a spot that has been used. Sometimes you'll see a fire ring or some indications that that place has been used before. You can just pull out somewhere within 100 yards of the road and camp, but again, they prefer that you use existing camp sites. And across the road, once we get back to the pavement, across the pavement is Rob Jagger's improved Bureau of Land Management campground. They've got about 22 sites there that have water and electric and level sites and a dump station and the old outdoor toilets. But it's a beautiful area, man. Beautiful scenery, mountains around. It's just remote camping, and if you have some solar, you'll do good out here because you get plenty of sunshine. Rarely will you go 2 consecutive days without very good sunlight. But again, I'm just out for a drive. Here's something I'll mention while I'm driving here I thought was cute. I was taking a walk this morning. Well, after I got back from my walk, I fooled around for a little bit and decided, here's one. So you could pull over right over here and camp if you wanted to. But I decided I'd take another walk, and as I was walking along, I heard this kid talking to somebody, and as it turns out, it was a little girl about, 5 or 6 years old, in that range, and she had a doll in a baby carriage and right in the front yard of their home, and she was talking to it, and she was doing something. I guess she was fixing the bed or the baby's bed and the stroller or whatever, and she was just talking to that baby like it was real. And of course, she got that from her mother. We mimic people as we're growing up, our parents or whatever. And then within 20 feet of her was a young boy, probably 2 years older. Maybe there's a campsite here. Let me pull in here and I'll show you what one looks like. But the little boy, probably 7 years old, and he had him a little gun of some kind. And what was he doing? He was shooting everything. I mean, he was at war with this imaginary stuff. And this is a good little campsite right here. If you're ever out here, this is a good one. And It's just within a half a mile of the road. That you would have a neighbor today, but not very close. And I'll get back to my story in a minute. But I've stayed here before. It's very quiet. And the nearest site next to you is probably 50 yards. So, it's not crowded at all. And sometimes, most of the time, there's not anyone here. So, but anyway, back to the story. The little girl's taking care of her baby, and the little boy is at war with the universe. And folks, that is a perfect example of how we are groomed and trained from birth for our future roles in our society. Now, I know that doesn't apply to every single human being on the planet. Different cultures have different ways of doing things, but in general, that would be kind of what we're groomed for. But having said that, it was just enlightening to me to see children at play today in the good old USA. Move over, Dale Pointer. I do like poetry. I read it every now and then. But a nice leisurely drive. This is, to me, enjoyable. If I didn't have this car, would I still do this in my Class C motorhome? Probably not. Yeah, these are probably the little trips that I would miss because it's hard to turn around a Class C motorhome. Now, I could on this road since I've been down it a few times and I know where the turnarounds are. But isn't that a beautiful view out across there? I'm telling you. Yeah, I feel very comfortable now at my age out here because I'm familiar with all this. If I went into some unfamiliar territory, I'd feel a little off, but that adds to the adventure in some ways. So I'm thinking, guys. I'm thinking. I was going to go to Oliver Lee State Park on Wednesday because I do have reservations for a dry camping site for 2 weeks, which, since I have the state park pass, cost me just the reservation fee of $12. And but I've got some things coming up next week that kind of interfere with me leaving on Wednesday. One is getting the windshield replaced. I think he says he's going to get to it Monday. Maybe he will. Hopefully he will. And then Tuesday I've got to get my prescription glasses. And then Saturday, the same week, they're supposed to replace the O2 sensors in this car. So we'll have to see how all that pans out. And I will say this, for those of you that have been to New Mexico camping a few times, you probably remember that Oliver Lee State Park near Alamogordo a few years ago was not very crowded at all. Well, I have to tell you, it is now. I mean, it is now. Because I was looking at some dates in the future, and it's full. But Elephant Butte's okay, and some of those little lakes up the highway off 25. But just cruising, guys, just cruising on a Sunday afternoon and enjoying New Mexico, the higher elevations. Very comfortable right now. This is a good time of the year. April, May, all the way through, hell, probably the end of October. I'll be here probably through the end of September or whenever I get ready to go back. I have no calendar, no plan, just that's tentative, and you know me, and much telling. But with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, now you've heard about the way we grow up and the way we camp as we get older. How about that? Boondocking. Anyway, thumbs up, guys. Carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Buy anything you want, anytime. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon product in the description of all of my videos. Why? It doesn't cost you a penny. Just click on the link, go to Amazon, and buy whatever you want. So if you're going to buy something from Amazon anyway, why not? Drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, keep your health, Stand guard at the door of your mind. Man, don't watch the news. It's all negativity. You know it. Negativity and propaganda. But with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. Adios till next time. We're 4 miles out of Capitan right here. Adios. Bye-bye.